Hello and welcome to the exclusive drum tutorial. I'm going to give you guys some insider tips and tricks to improve your drum production arsenal. We're going to go over drum tuning, transposing, automating, digital effects processing, send-in returns, and groove pools. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and play the loop we'll be working with. Okay, so first thing, we're going to go to the backbone of drums. I created a drum rack here, and I brought in samples I like. Very important is drum selection. This is one of the most important things. So once you select some drums, bring in a bunch here so you can swap in some stuff in and out. Okay, so we're going to actually reconstruct this so you can see how the process is done. We're going to create a 4x4 with a kick on every beat and the snare or clap on the 2 and 4. Now it's also cool to do something like this. Stack and layer your claps, but do that later in the track, like for a drop or something for emphasis. Have some close hi-hats or off percussion on the offbeat, and put that something like that. So far we got this. Okay, kind of gets monotonous and boring after 2 or 3 minutes of it. So how we can really spice this up is by automating the transpose of each drum tune. So we go in here and we go to transpose, right click, show automation. Takes us to the screen. So let's have for the second kick go up a semitone and the fourth go down a semitone. Let's have the second snare go up 2 semitones, and for the off percussion, let's have the second one go up a little bit and the fourth one go down a little bit, and then we get this. So it's almost like there's a melody in the drums. It's a really cool feature. Next thing to note is keep your kicks mono. Bring in utility, bring the width down 0. There's also, you can do this little feedback simple delay trick as a revving of the kick. And what that is you have a simple delay, which we'll go into a lot of. Left at 1, right at 5, feedback all the way up. Next is the groove pool. Now, we click on our MIDI sample, our MIDI sequence, and we go over here to the hot swap button in the groove section. It takes us straight to the swing and groove. Let's go to the swing section and go ahead and play it. And now I'm going to select one of these. Now all of a sudden you can hear the groove of the drum sequence change. Find one that you like, and then once you find one that you like, you hit commit, and you can see how the MIDI notes, they change. So it's great to have like 5 of these, so throughout the track you can A and B them or bring in some at certain points. Also, another cool feature for drums is the beat repeat, and what that does is it grabs a section of the beat and repeats it, and you can do it in a variety of intervals and the gates and pitching and decays and all that. Next, we're going to go into the off hi-hat. There's another one that I've stacked 4 together, and what this does is just create a little bit more depth and density. Really important to know prioritization of your sounds. What sound do you want to kind of highlight in your mix? Because you can't have everything fighting for room and fighting for attention. You need to have your sounds prioritized, and have it in each order what you think is the most important. So the real magic is also in the simple delay. I'll show you. All right, you see how it's really imaged and then it's centered. And what this is a simple delay. This setting's right here when you have the left at 1 millisecond, or you could do the right and then the other one at 35 millisecond with the wet all the way up and the feedback up a little bit. This will create stereo imaging. Now, I love using these on basses, it pads, and a lot of that. Great way to get stereo imaging. And then you can automate it on and off for a little bit more added effect. You also have the shaker. Let's go to the shaker. I'll play it with it. Now the magic of the shaker is also the simple delay. I'll turn it off. So you can hear it's really simple. It's kind of mundane. You know, you can just type this in. You can play it on your keyboard or play it on your beat pad. And then to give it movement, add the simple delay. Left at 1, right at 3. Now you could switch this. You could go like that. Whatever works for your groove. Have the dry up at 34% and then feedback at 22%. And also automate this throughout. So if I were to go like this, you'll see the dry and wet. Yeah, it's really nice. It adds a great kind of movement. And you can really kind of change the groove of the sample, or the drum sequence, or the shaker sequence. Okay, wonderful. Next, I'm going to show you an auto pan feature that I used on the Zeal. Here we go. I have the auto pan feature on sync. Now you can take it free. Okay, but I like it synced. This way you can have it perfectly timed that it bounces from your left ear to your right. Now if you have the shape all the way up, it shoots across the ear. And if you have it the shape down, it glides across the ear. Once again, more movement the better. Next I'm going to show you this little cowbell trick I created. So the cowbell normal, I'm going to play this on my keyboard real quick. Just a really simple cowbell, right? And you have the loop, so if I just hold it down, turn on the loop, okay, all right. And what we can do is turn on the LFO, go to this one right here, the squiggle line, at 0.85 hertz, have the spread up a little bit, and then now watch when I play. What? It's like, really, that's really cool. And what it does is it cuts up the sample and kind of stereo images it, which is a great effect. And the wonderful thing about it is you can put any sample that you want here. Get creative with it, experiment, and see what you like. Next, I'm going to go to the kick line, like a bass line, but what I use the bass line with, a kick instead. The same sample pack that I used for the kick and the core kick, and that is the Sunny Lax kick. These kicks are amazing. They're deep, they're clean, they're perfect. They have a dirty one. I mean, they're superb. And I brought it into a sampler, and I played this little melody on the keyboard, and I had a saturator to give it a little bit of dirtness. And I'll play that for you. Without the saturator? With it. Yeah, and you know, fine tune all these to have a nice mix. I also did a reverse right here. I took the same kick and I put it at the end of the bar. Reverses work great. Reverse rides, reverse snares, reverse hi-hats, whatever you like, and get creative with it and put them wherever you like. The next is delaying. I love having percussion on channels that just delay. It adds wonderful little background ambiance for the track. This sound right here. Oh, whoa. Okay. Yeah. The order matters here. I have the simple filter and the large bass. Now, if I move this around, that means the sample is triggered and it's reverbed. Then after it's reverbed, the reverb sampled is then delayed. Now, if I go back with this, I have it. The sample's triggered, it's delayed, and then is reverbed. So your order matters. You know, move things around until you get like that one sound you're looking for. And the last thing I want to go talk about is send and return. So right click here and create a return channel. And here you put your different digital effects processing. I already created one here with a filter delay, and then a simple delay, and then auto filter cutting everything below 117. And what I like to do is I like to send things to these return channels. On some songs, I have 5 of these, with some being reverbs, and you could automate the reverb, which sounds great, or you could have different kind of delays at different kind of beats and stuff like that. And you can send things to that to create more movement. And I'll show you it in action with the drum backbone channel. great movement. Use it really sparse and at the right moments. Perfect. That's all I have for you. Enjoy.